So I keep seeing these videos, especially on TikTok, of people discussing, is it embarrassing to have a boyfriend in 2025? So I kind of just wanted to weigh in with my opinion on that, especially as someone who's been single for quite some time by choice. Which is, I mean, no, it's not embarrassing, but it's embarrassing to have a bad boyfriend. Um, a lot of women these days, more and more, are choosing to be single or even celibate because of the peace. They value their peace more than they do the supposed security and happiness or the social validation that derives from having a relationship or significant other. They value their peace more than they care about the criticism that they might receive for remaining single. Um, It used to be embarrassing not to have a boyfriend because the social pressure was so great to do so. If you were single for a while, it was seen as like you were defective or something. But that attitude is actually flipping on its head now to where in 2025 we're asking the question, is it embarrassing to have a boyfriend in 2025? And I think that's a good question to ask. Not from the perspective of trying to shame anybody who has a boyfriend. If you have a boyfriend or a husband and he is a good and caring and supportive partner, I mean that's a point of pride. You picked a winner. I mean you got the good ones. But quite frankly, most women settle. Most women I've ever known settle for marriage, for boyfriends. They compromise what they want and their own standards and boundaries in order to gain the perceived advantages of being in a relationship. And they know that on some level. And especially if you have a boyfriend who is abusive. Now, I'm not just talking about physically or like, he calls you a bitch in front of his friends or something like that, but even like financial abuse, okay? The exploitation of unseen labor. These things are becoming more and more apparent to your friends if that's what you're experiencing in your relationship as a girlfriend or wife or whatever. And it's not to shame anybody who's in these relationships, but I mean, like, I know women who are in relationships that are exploitative, and to some degree I have gently voiced my opinions and concerns on those. But on the other hand, I respect my friends' abilities to make choices of their own, so I'm not going to shame them or hound them or make them feel less than. I'm going to lift them up and tell them that they are capable and strong people and hope that they can believe that they deserve better for themselves. And so this video isn't to shame anybody or make fun of anybody, but I am way less embarrassed to say I've been single for a long time than to say I'm with this asshole over here. He's not that bad. Really, he's a decent person, which is what they always say. They always say that. If you feel like you need to come out the gate defending your man as he's not that bad, he's actually a good person, that's not the truth. You know. So no, it's not really embarrassing, but it is embarrassing to have a bad boyfriend or husband because, honey, you deserve better. You can do better. You're worth more than that.